What's up, guys? D-Rock1992 here. For this next video and for my next movie review, I am going to be talking about a movie that came out last year that I've wanted to see for a while, and I finally got to see last week. The last movie review I put up, or the movie review that's going to be coming before this review, was Liam Neeson's Run All Night. This is another Liam Neeson movie, and that movie from last year is NonStop. It came out last year, and it stars, the two main people in the film are Liam Neeson and Julianne Moore. Julianne Moore's known for a lot of different roles. Boogie Nights, she was in. The Mark Wahlberg movie, Hannibal, as Clarice Starling, I think the name is. And she's been in many other films. She actually won the Academy Award for Best Actress last year for a movie called Still Alice. She played a woman who was diagnosed with, who suffered from Alzheimer's. So there you go. NonStop is the film I'll be talking about. And so basically, also some other people in the film. Michelle Dockery plays a flight attendant. She plays a sizable role in the film. Scoot McNairy plays the bad guy in the film. And a few other people as well. But anyway, this movie's very simple. Another simple, it's as simple as Run All Night. NonStop is about this alcoholic air marshal who lost his daughter to leukemia. He's a very depressed, he's a very sad man. He uses that sadness, he drowns out that sadness with alcohol. Unfortunately, as a lot of people do. They deal with their sadness through alcohol. So anyway, this air marshal gets on a plane. And unfortunately for him, he thinks it's going to be a smooth flight and all that. Unfortunately for him, there is this unknown terrorist who demands $150 million in a bank account of his. In a bank account. He demands $150 million in a bank account, or else he will kill a person every 20 minutes on the airplane. So it's Liam Neeson against a guy in an airplane, basically, is what the plot of this movie is. And it's a very tense thriller. There's different people who could have been the guy, but weren't the bad guy, the main bad guy. So yeah, it's a very tense thriller film. It's action film. It's an action film, just like a lot of Liam Neeson movies are now, but it is a thriller film. It's a thriller. It's a tense thriller, basically, is what it is. It's on the edge of your seat, basically. It's the edge of your seat type fun, basically. So this is a fun action movie, for sure. So let's get into the character performances. Liam Neeson does a great job in the film. He really is the star of the movie. He is believable once again as the action star. You believe him as a guy who can kick major butt, even though he is middle-aged. Julianne Moore does a good, serviceable job in this movie. She really does, as a passenger. She's a passenger whom the air marshal befriends on the flight, basically. She helps him out throughout the whole process. Michelle Dockery plays a flight attendant who actually does know the air marshal. She does a good job in the film. There's not a lot to play with the character she had, but she did a good job with it. Scoot McNairy is the main villain in the film. He plays the main guy. He does a pretty decent job. He does a good job in the movie. There's not a lot of huge names in the film, except the two main stars, Liam Neeson and Julianne Moore. But you know, the movie works. It really does. I really did enjoy this film. I enjoyed this film a lot. You know, it was tense. It had my attention throughout. It really did. It had my attention throughout. You know, it's like it's like Clue on an airplane, basically. You know that board game Clue. They made it into a movie in the 80s, and it's a very popular board game. It is like Clue on an airplane. So yeah, this movie was tense. It was dramatic. It was thrilling. It was edge of your seat fun, and I had a really good time with the movie. I give it a 5 out of 5 stars. I really had no problems with the movie at all. It moved along very nicely. It moved along slowly, as a thriller is supposed to do. You know, you don't know who did it at first, but you find out slowly but surely who did it. And, you know, it probably was surprising to a lot of people who did it, who actually threatened the air marshal. But yeah, this movie, I give it a 5 out of 5 stars. It's a very enjoyable movie that I will definitely go back and watch again. So that is it for this movie review on NonStop. D-Rock 1992 out.